Hi, and welcome to another one of my online painting lessons tips and tricks videos. For this video, I'm just going to explain how I do scumbling to create distance with hills. You can do this with any object really in the landscape. I've got a very large mountain in the background, and I've got another hill with trees on it in the foreground. I want to create some distance with this hill. I think it's a little too dark, and I want to kind of make it recede a little bit more before I paint the rest of my landscape. So what you can do to do that is you want to take a very dry flat brush. You can use a filbert brush or a round brush. It really doesn't matter. It's all up to what you're comfortable with. You want to make sure it's really dry. What you want to do is, I still have some of my sky color. This is the palette I've been using. I have some of my sky color and some white. And what I want to do is, I just want to take a little bit of that sky color, just a very small amount, and then I'm going to come over here on my palette and kind of wipe it off. And then I'm going to come down here and kind of wipe it off. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this very small amount of paint and start scumbling back and forth. I'm going to start at the base, and I'm creating a little bit of a haze over my hill to make it recede. You want to try to make the paint as even as possible when you're doing this. Basically, what you're doing is taking the texture of the canvas and paint and pulling the paint off the brush. When you scrub like this, the texture is doing all the work. It's pulling the paint from the bristles and creating a nice little hazy look. A lot of people will do washes and things like that. I like to do it this way just because it gives it kind of a nice realistic haze, almost like a little bit of a fog. So you want to keep doing that. Just grab a little bit of your sky color, wipe it off. I like to come down here on the canvas and wipe off the excess, and then lightly scumble. Scumble just means to scrub color over another color. So lightly scumble. If you get a spot where it's too dark, just take your finger and scrub it off. And that should work fine. So just start at the base, and then lightly start going up over the entire painting, or over the entire hill. You don't have to go up above the hill. So each time you do this, you can start at the base and then kind of just scumble up. I don't go all the way up to the top. The reason why I do that is because in this painting, I'm just creating distance because of the atmosphere. If it were a foggy scene and there were fog, I'd make the lighter areas up on top and then darker areas down bottom. But since it's a clear day, I kind of want the haze to be at the base of each hill. So that's why I start at the bottom and work my way up. It all depends on what your scene is. If it's a clear day, usually the haze is at the base of objects. If it's a foggy day, there's more haze at the top. Okay, and then once you're done scrubbing the paint, you can scrub really hard too. You want to make sure that your hill's dry because you're going to be scrubbing really hard. You don't want to pull the paint off the canvas. So once you're done scrubbing and getting a nice hazy layer of color over your hill, you can come back in here and add more highlights. You can go back in and add, like I'll go back in here with my darker colors. And you can do the same type of scumbling. You can scumble in some shadows. So even if you make mistakes on your scumbling, you can go back in and add shadows and highlights as well. So I'll show you a picture of the finished painting, and you can try this. Just remember to have a very dry brush. Use your sky color when you're scumbling over an object, and start at the base and move up. If it's a clear day, if you're working on a foggy scene, you want to start your scumbling up top and have your darker colors more prominent at the base. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.